Okay.
Otra vez. So what is this map is showing us recognizing the mass and how, you know, all the circumferential area is taken. So this is a big lesion with high degree dysplasia in some areas of in situ, cancer in situ. So we are with Dr. Aide Alvarado. Is part of my staff. So she will show us, this is a pedunculate lesion. Explica un poco la lesión.
So, what does this map indicate? We are a little ignorant on this. The yellow map, what does it tell us?
So the yellows is the recognition of vascularity and the lesion, the polyp lesion. If you can see, we cannot see in the map we see the part of yellow is the top of the polyp, but down, when we are looking down, we cannot see nothing. So this is a kind of artificial intelligence that recognizes the polyps regarding also the measure and the vasculature, to my opinion. And it recognizes a neoplastic lesion, so it not just detect the lesion, it recognizes the lesion. That's why you see that it's saying neoplastic. This technology is from Fuji.
Esta tecnología, como mencioné, pertenece a Fuji. Esto es impresionante, las imágenes lo son. Es la primera vez que estamos trabajando o viendo, considerando esta tecnología.
Anthony, artificial intelligence for detection and characterization of
¿Nos puedes
lesions?
hacer comentarios para la detección y caracterización de las lesiones utilizando inteligencia artificial? La verdad es que es una pregunta de $1.000.000. Yo creo que con la IA podemos utilizar para poder detectar cosas que nos hayamos saltado y poder hacer una correcta caracterización. Si es cáncer o un adenoma. Han habido muchos estudios que muestran que con IA uno puede tener una mejor respuesta.
With or without AI, it may not be very different. But for our
trainees,
I think definitely it would help them because they are not so familiar with the interpretation of high definition images. So I think there are a lot of studies ongoing to see if AI actually helps our trainees in terms of detection and characterization. So I think it will be here to stay, particularly, I don't think it's going to replace histology, but as a tool to improve the quality of our endoscopy.
Se la puede utilizar para mejorar la calidad de los resultados de la endoscopía.
I think we are still some time off before it can be definitive that we ignore histology. We have had some experience with the endo brain from Olympus, which is basically kudos work from Japan. And we have been fairly impressed with the quality of what we get in terms of not only detection but also differentiation of different polyps. So I think, like you said, Anthony, it's going to stay, but I think at least we are 4 or 5 years off from actually using it as a primary tool for diagnosis.
Pero al menos nos faltan de 4 a 5 años para utilizarla como herramienta principal.
So, do you use envelope? Do you use clips? Do you use injection therapy before resection? Or do you do a standard resection directly without doing any prevention for bleeding? So, Anthony and Nageshwar.
If the polyp size is more than 2 centimeters ahead, we will definitely use some form of prophylactic. Between 1 to 2 centimeters, if it is on the right side, we use prophylaxis, on the left side, no. So all polyps more than 2 centimeters head, on the right side between 1 to 2 centimeters, I would use some form of prophylaxis. I don't favor injection so much. I would use, if it's a broad base like this, I would use an endoloop. If it's a narrow base, then of course we can use clips to encircle the whole thing, either 1 or 2 clips. So in this case, my preference would be to use an endoloop because the base is very broad. Anthony?
Yeah, I think the main worry is that there will be a big vessel within this pedunculated area. So the idea of endoloop is to control it in the first place. Another option is you can use a clutch cutter, which is basically a ESD type of knife and allows you to coax and cut along the way. Of course, it's a little bit more expensive, but this is an option because sometimes to apply endoloop in a big lesion can take some time.
So, what do you think regarding to use big clip? So, and then to cut using forced coagulation. So,
you want to use a
I think if you have a 15 millimeter clip, then it's possible.
Okay, so Dr. Aide, what will you do?
Bueno, yo quiero añadir aquí, en la imagen, nosotros en el mapa de colores verde y amarillo, ahí la luz verde nos está indicando que se trata de una mucosa de tipo hiperplásico y la parte del pólipo, si ustedes ven, es amarillo y ahí nos detecta que es neoplásico. Entonces es importante la escala de colores. Bueno, ahorita vamos a usar un clip de Microtech de 22 milímetros para ponerlo en la base del pólipo.
Veo que está usando
can
la
the camera
técnica de
zoom a little? We can't see the clip name very well. Can the camera zoom on the clip cover?
¿Pueden hacer un zoom en la cámara, por favor?
So my Spanish is not very good. So is this the new Microtech big clip?
Este es el nuevo
Sí.
clip.
Okay.
Yes.
See, I know that.
Sí, lo veo.
¿Abre? ¿Puede girar un poquito?
Can you...
So one of the advantages, this is a big clip, and I believe it's could help a little bit more because sometimes endoloop is difficult to put, you know, on the tail of the polyp. But I believe that the water technique is a good option to work than using CO2 or air. What do you believe in these kind of cases, my friends?
I think water immersion is a good idea because I think then you don't distend much and I think slowly it's taking over in many areas. So of course CO2, we stopped using air completely now. I think it's CO2 or water immersion. I was just wondering why you didn't prefer the endoloop. My preference would be more endoloop. I know there's some difficulties in applying the endoloop, but anyway, I think this clip is very big. It seems to be encircling, then it's okay. But the problem with the clip sometimes is it doesn't get...
What do you think of the length of the clip? I think it's okay. It's taking the whole polyp.
Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it looks okay.
Bien, libera.
Ok, se ve bien.
For water immersion, I think it works very well for flat lesions. For peduncular lesions, I think it's plus or minus, because I think for this lesion, probably we can do it even without water immersion. But I don't mind it.
Entonces, Aide, ¿qué pinza vas a usar ahora?
Ahora vamos a usar una asa de polipectomía de US Endoscopy de 24 milímetros.
So can you tell us the snare that you're going to use?
She will use a lariat US endoscopy snare. It's 30 millimeters, so you have 3 diameters.
De 3 diámetros.
And 30 millimeters.
Diámetros.
So this gives the option, you know, to work easier.
Para trabajar de manera más fácil.
It's a very large polyp, so.
Es un pólipo bastante grande. Sí.
So I think the technique here would be to open the snare and rotate the scope so that the snare sort of loops onto the
Tenemos dificultad.
If you have difficulty looping the polyp, I think you can even just use a snare tip and do it like a ESD technique, just cut on top of your clip.
Ir alrededor del pólipo, realmente considero que con esta asa podemos manejarlo de mejor manera.
I think the trick in this case would be to go beyond the polyp, opening the snare and then gradually pulling it back and rotating the scope.
Abriendo el asa
But
y
the size is fairly
rotando el
impressive,
endoscopio,
so
pero
one of
el
the
tamaño
issues.
realmente es impresionante. Este es uno de los problemas. Cerramos.
I think she is trying to do that, but it is quite big.
Considero que
So
está tratando de hacer esto, pero es bastante grande, sí.
The other problem is sometimes the stem of the clip would come onto the snare. That's an issue
Es que
that
la
we'll have to
raíz
sort out.
del clip va a estar cerca
I think she's
del
through, yeah,
asa.
except that the stem is there now.
yeah. Another option is to just use the needle
Otro
knife
de
or
las
the tip of the
es
snare,
utilizar
just cut
una cuchilla
top of the
con
clip,
aguja para que
and we won't need to loop.
el asa no tenga que hacer ese lazo.
Comenzamos a ver.
Yeah, I think now it's in a good position.
Ahora sí está en una buena
That looks good.
posición.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Ahí está correctamente.
Va cerrando.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's closed.
The other important thing is the assistant should be working very closely with the endoscopist in this situation.
Otra cosa importante es que el asistente trabaje muy cercanamente con el endoscopista.
Very nicely coming through now.
Eso está muy
Oh, she do very
bien.
well.
Ella sí lo
Very
está
nice.
haciendo muy bien,
Demonstration.
adecuado, es una
So
muy
now
buena
she will
demostración.
¿Cómo va a cortar la idea?
Vamos a usar el coagulación forzada del sistema RB3.
Okay, no.
So can you tell us the cautery settings?
Yes, she's using a forced quack 4.5 of RB.
Force Quack 4.5.
Okay, I think it's gone through now.
Ajá.
Bien.
Yeah.
Let me see, there is any bleeding?
Veamos si hay algún sangrado.
Oh, very nice.
No, no lo hay.
Yes, really
Qué
nice.
bien, qué bien. Sí, ha sido muy bien realizado.
So perfect. Now
Está
she will
perfecto.
catch the
So how do you
lesion.
catch with a Roth basket or?
Y ahora,
you use?
¿cómo utiliza la
She will
canasta
use a
para atrapar el espécimen?
N-trap. This is a polyp
Va a
receivable
utilizar
net from Microtech.
de Mycotech una red para retirar, ¿es este?
Can you show us that?
¿Nos puede mostrar eso, por favor?
Okay.
Sí, aquí está.
Okay, very well.
Sí.
So there are some meta-analysis.
Hay metaanálisis, algunos de ellos,
articles,
y algunos artículos de revisión
the prophylaxis
que hablan de la profilaxis.
is, not the same as the American Society of Gastroenterology.
Son diferentes a los que tenemos de la asociación, de la sociedad estadounidense en cuanto a evitar los sangrados en los pólipos. ¿Qué puede hacer usted como comentario o decirnos como comentario en cuanto a estas guías? Hay varias recomendaciones, pero la más importante es que para pólipos pólipos de más de 2 centímetros a la parte derecha del colon, obviamente es un indicativo de la profilaxis también para aquellos pacientes cuando existen tendencias de sangrado. Esta canasta se ve muy adecuada, muy bien. Es un procedimiento muy bien realizado. Muchas gracias. Una muy buena demostración.